Rosie's Misunderstanding. It was another clear day on the island of Sodor, and Rosie was helping out with one of the local trains. The local is a slow train that stops at every station along the main line from Knapford to Vickerstown. Rosie didn't mind having to go slow. She enjoyed seeing her passengers happy. Bye! Have a nice day! While Rosie was dropping off passengers, and more were coming in, Edward puffed in to collect his coaches for his branch line.
Oh, there's Rosie.
Edward was always happy to see Rosie, especially as she's helping out on the main line. Hello! Welcome aboard!
That's my girl. She's such a good engine.
Excuse me, little Edward, but the express is coming through.
Oops, sorry, Gordon. I'm moving now.
As Edward began to move out Gordon's way, Rosie saw him. It's Edward! Ed! But Edward had already gone. Oh, I guess Edward didn't see me.
I've been waiting for this train all day. I'm heading to the light, I can't be late. My heart's beating fast at 1,000,000 miles. Let's go, it's time to get wild. We're on our way, riding the rails of express. Don't be late, there's no time to second guess. So don't miss the train of dreams. Your heart conducts the rest, slashing through the open blue. Go where you want to go. Whoa, what's over there? Here and there, oh everywhere. I spy my eyes, it's called imagination. Tunnels coming up, crashing through it non-stop. Thomas and his friends all aboard, full steam ahead.
Later that evening, Rosie had finished all her jobs for the day.
Hello, Rosie.
Hello, Percy.
You finished early today.
I know. I wanted to practice my shunting for the shunting test tomorrow.
Great. Me and Thomas were hurrying home so we can do the same thing.
Let's go and practice together, shall we?
Brill! Let's go, Rosie. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Arthur.
Hi, you two. You've made it back in good time.
We sure are. What are you two doing?
Thomas and I are going to practice our shunting for tomorrow's test.
So are we.
You are? Oh no.
What's wrong?
We've only just found out that the yards only have enough track and trucks for 2 engines to practice.
And because of that, there won't be enough time for every engine to practice.
What should we do?
Why don't you lads practice? I won't practice today.
Are you sure? Come to mention it, Rosie does ace the tests every time.
Really? You're incredible, Rosie.
Are you sure you'll be okay without, practicing?
It's fine. I wanted an early night anyway.
Well, just you watch, you two. I'm going to be the fastest shunter ever.
We'll show him, won't we, Arthur?
Sure we will.
Night, lads. Edward!
Hello, Rosie.
I saw you coming out Knapford this morning. Did you see me? Before Edward could reply, the Fat Controller arrived.
Leave those trucks, please, Edward. There's an urgent job for you at the docks.
Sorry, Rosie. I've got to go. Duty calls, after all.
Oh, there he goes again. Rosie was very disappointed. Edward was one of the engines she looked up to. But not only did Edward didn't see her at Knapford earlier, now she didn't get a chance to talk to him. She wondered if Edward still cares about her. The next morning, Rosie and the other tank engines were at the shunting yards ready for the shunting test. Edward was there too to support Rosie, while he waits for his train to be coupled up to. Rosie puffed over to the trucks, ready to start her test.
You can do it, Rosie!
Oh, thanks, Percy. I can do this.
Just don't get big-headed, Rosie. You don't want to end up like James and Gordon when they show off.
Okay, Edward. Rosie really wants to pass her test in order to please Edward. One part of the test the engines have to do was call out points. At the right time, the signalman can change the points so the engines can get to the certain lines they need to get to. But because Rosie didn't practice last night, she had forgotten all about the points. Then there was trouble. Oh no! I have to stop! Rosie's driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. No! The yard was in a complete mess, and the trucks were broken.
How did your test go, Rosie?
Did you ace it as always?
Rosie stayed quiet, but Edward was very annoyed.
Rosie, what happened out there? You missed the points and sent the trucks flying into the air.
What?
Did you bother to practice at all, Rosie?
Well, I was going to practice.
I knew it. You didn't even practice.
It's not like I want to practice.
You could have caused a dangerous accident. Someone could have gotten hurt, you know.
Rosie felt hurt. And soon, she had had enough. Why are you always picking on me?
Huh?
You ignored me all day yesterday and now you're picking on me now.
Yesterday?
I'm going to work. And Rosie fumed angrily out of the yard. The other engines were speechless. They had never seen Edward and Rosie angry with each other before. Rosie was done for the day, but she didn't feel like heading back to Ellsworth. She thinks Edward doesn't care about her anymore. Where shall I go now?
Hello, Rosie.
Mavis, hi! Where are you going?
I'm going back to the quarry.
The quarry? Can I come with you?
Of course. You're welcome to join.
Yay! Thanks, Mavis! Mavis and Rosie arrived at the quarry. Bill and Ben were waiting.
Hello, Bill. Ben?
Hey, look who it is, Ben! We have a visitor! It's Rosie! Hello, Rosie. Long time no see. What are you doing here at the quarry?
I just wanted to look around the quarry.
Come on, then. I'll give you a tour. No, I'll do it. I'm sure Rosie prefers me to take her.
It's okay. I'll look around myself.
Why should you give her the tour? I should do it. No, I'll do it. No, me. No, I'll do it. Me.
Oh, I'm stuck. Excuse me.
No, I'll me. Do it.
But Bill and Ben were still arguing.
Me.
Rosie tried again.
No, I should do it. I should do it.
Excuse
I should do
me.
it. Whoa. Oh.
Mavis pulled Rosie back on the tracks, but Rosie was covered in quarry dust. Oh, bother! I'm all dirty now.
Well, at least you're safe. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I think I should go now.
But what about the tour of the quarry?
It's okay. I'll do it another day. I'll see you later.
This is all your fault, Ben. My fault?
As Rosie puffed out of the quarry, she began to think that Edward should have been there. Edward should have warned me about the quarry in advance.
Be careful up at the quarry, Rosie.
Okay. Who cares? He doesn't care for me anyway. Meanwhile, Edward went back to the shunting yard and found the other tank engines.
Hey, you three. Have any of you seen Rosie? No.
She hasn't come back yet.
I wonder where she could be.
Maybe I was too hard on her.
Edward, wait! I've got something to tell you about Rosie. The reason she wasn't able to practice is because of us.
Really? I had no idea. Right. I'm going to find her.
Concerned about Rosie, Edward puffed away to look for her. He wanted to put things right with his special best friend. Meanwhile, Rosie was finding somewhere to get a washdown. There must be somewhere I can get cleaned up. The workmen are all home by now. Then she saw Flynn. He was on his way back from fighting a fire. Flynn!
Hi, Rosie. You're covered in dust. What happened?
It's a long story, Flynn. I was wondering, can you spray water on me to get rid of the dust?
Of course. I'm happy to... Excuse me, Rosie.
Flynn, it's Belle. We've got another emergency for you. Henry the cat is stuck up a tree near top of mansion.
All right, Belle. I'm on my way. I'm sorry, Rosie, but I have to go now.
Oh, okay, Flynn. Bye. Rosie remembered on the first day on the island of Sodor, and Edward showed her about the Sodor washdowns. It's lovely. Meanwhile, Edward was still looking for Rosie. It was starting to get late.
Rosie! Rosie! Where is she? Maybe she's at... Yes! I can feel it!
It was now dark, and Rosie was now trundling along Edward's branch line. Then she looked around. She was in a forest of cherry blossoms. This has got to be my favourite place on the whole branch line. Isn't it pretty?
Yes. It's almost as pretty as you, Rosie.
Oh, really? Oh, Edward. He'll be worried if I don't return soon. Okay, I best go back to Wellsworth right now. Then there was trouble. Rosie slowed to a stop. She had made a terrible mistake. She had gone too far and had now run out of coal. Oh no! I can't move! Hello? Is anyone there? Rosie looked around. It was quiet. Too quiet. Oh, what shall I do? Oh, I'm so scared.
Rosie!
Huh? Rosie opened her eyes and saw Edward coming.
Oh, I had a feeling you would be here.
Oh, Edward!
Let's go, Rosie. Everyone's worried.
I would. But I'm all out of coal.
Oh, so that's what happened.
Edward soon changed lines and was coupled up to his friend. On the way back to Wellsworth, Rosie was quiet.
Rosie?
Yes?
Were you hurt by what I said earlier?
Oh.
I'm sorry for being so hard on you. You must have been really upset about the test. Even though you failed, I'm still proud of you no matter what. Are you still mad at me?
Edward, I'm sorry I made you worry.
It's okay.
Edward, how did you know I was at the cherry blossom forest?
Don't you know? It's one of your favorite places on my branch line.
You really do care about me. I love you, Edward.
I love you too, Rosie.
Rosie now knew that she was wrong about Edward. He does care about her very much. Thank you, Edward.